Welcome back to Suns Valley Podcast, everybody. Jalen Green's debut truly was crazy, Sundo. I planned on making this video if he had even kind of a good game, okay? And he spoiled us and went crazy. 29 points in 23 minutes. Outshined Book a little bit, and Book looked great. First things first, this was the Clippers with no Kawhi and James Harden. I'm going to say that over and over again because, well, I might not even need to because you're going to hear it from all the Suns haters in the comments. However, this was our first look at Jalen Green in this offense, and it far outshined what I thought it would look like, especially for the fact that he didn't play in the preseason at all. I really thought he was going to be rusty, and he was red hot. So explain that.
I absolutely enjoyed this game. I don't care if they didn't have Kawhi Leonard or James Harden. Just watching Jalen Green work and seeing what this team could potentially look like in future games, I absolutely enjoyed it, dude. Like, as you mentioned, he only played 23 minutes and scored 29 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 50% from the field on 20 shots, dude. I want to say masterclass. Man, dude, it was just so good, dude. And on top of that, as you mentioned, Booker also didn't look half bad. He scored 24 points. You know, he didn't have to throw up 30 this time. He actually had Jalen Green there to help, which is what we had been telling people the whole time. Like, wait a minute, just wait until Jalen Green gets back, see what happens. Booker won't have to keep throwing up 38, 35, 33 points a game. Jalen Green will take some of that pressure off. Jalen Green will take some of that attention off of him. That's exactly what happened when they both were on the court. And not to mention, it didn't just help Booker out, it helped out Grayson Allen as well, Royce O'Neal, the whole squad. The whole team was eating all night long. Now, let's not mention what happened in the second quarter. There's a bumpy road there in the second quarter where nobody was scoring points. Literally nobody was. I think we only scored 17 points. I think at one point before we got Booker and Jalen Green back in toward the end, and we only had 6 total points. So let's not dwell there and erase that. But yeah, man, I was just really impressed, dude.
The number one thing that we've been hoping for and expecting from Jalen Green, we got. His first bucket as a Phoenix Sun, drives to the rim, makes a tough finish. He had a couple, maybe 3 of those during the game. But I was pleasantly surprised at his 3-point shooting because remember, that's not really been his statistical strength. He obviously has a beautiful looking shot. It's not like there's anything wrong with it or any reason that he shouldn't be a good 3-point shooter. Maybe it's because he takes these step back, fading, off balance threes, but last night he was hitting, and it just looks all the more beautiful when they are taken that way. I don't expect him to always shoot that blistering 3-point percentage, but you also saw him in the mid-range, Sundo, hitting tough leaners and fadeaways and step backs, not at all unlike Devin Booker. And I'm not trying to pit them against each other here. I'm not trying to compare them. But if you were to compare them early here, and from what we saw from Jalen Green in Houston, he kind of does remind me of a much more physically explosive athlete version of Devin Booker. They had a couple of assists that they set each other up with, and that was helped along by the gravity that Jalen Green was able to pull a little bit away from Booker, and we've seen Book pulling gravity away from everyone else. I don't want to get ahead of my skis because once again, it's not always going to be this sweet, right? You're not going to run up against a team with none of their stars every night. But that was a test that they had to pass, and they passed it with flying colors. This video is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, FanDuel. Sundo and I will be using FanDuel Sports all season for every bet and parlay, and so should you. Sign up today and start winning money on the Suns.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the whole taking attention off of Booker, they both take attention off of each other. That's what we wish to see and hope to see. We saw exactly that, where, again, nobody could just double one. As a matter of fact, we saw Jalen Green getting more attention in the double team game than Booker did this game. That's absolutely beautiful to see because we kept complaining the whole time in these first few games where why they just kept doubling Booker over and over and over again, and somebody else had to score. Well, guess what? You better pick your poison this time. There's a lot of times where they kept trying to double Jalen Green and Booker would get the ball and get himself set up and vice versa. And that's exactly what you hope to see. Also, I mentioned again, it doesn't just set up Booker, it sets up Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen, Mark Williams even had a double-double. Ryan Dunn even looked great off the bench. Even though I didn't like the fact that he came off the bench, he still looked good with 10 points and 5 rebounds, 3 assists. So again, it's not just helping out Booker, it's helping out the whole squad. It'll even help out Dylan Brooks when we get him back, as far as him being the 3-and-D guy. And I can't wait to see what the team looks like when we get Dylan Brooks back as well. So not to mention he's still on the way back. There's nothing but positives from this game. Yeah, I don't care if it was a Kawhi-less, Harden-less Clippers team. There's just a lot of positives to take. It's the first game back with Jalen Green and seeing how it'll mesh. He only played 23 minutes. Imagine what happens when he gets his full amount of minutes. It's looking good, Gabe. It's looking very promising, and I'm very happy.
This team is just so athletic. It's so different from years past. It really is. We were just all shooting, no athleticism. And athleticism seems to buy you free, easy, cheesy points. I'm noticing off alley-oops and fast breaks that are just more efficient. I was already starting to believe more in this team going forward. You know, I've been the wet blanket this season. I'm the one that's been trying to pump the brakes on how good the Suns are going to be because I want expectations not to get out of hand. But I've already been turning the corner and getting more excited about this team and having more belief in them. That was all without Jalen Green. With Jalen Green, I think that if you dosed me with truth serum, I would probably tell you that I think that the Suns are going to make the play-in just like you.
Welcome to the club, Gabe. I told you, bro. Just wait and see. And we got to see a little bit. We got a little taste, all right? And it's not even a full strength Suns, if we're being honest again. 23 minutes, no Dylan Brooks. Just wait and see. I only have one complaint, Gabe, about this game. I would have much rather seen Royce O'Neal off the bench than Ryan Dunn. I hope that gets remedied. I hope that gets switched. I like it better seeing Ryan Dunn on the court starting with his athleticism and his defense. I do think they're just kind of tinkering with the lineup, so hopefully we see him starting instead of Royce. It's also interesting to see what they're going to do when Dylan Brooks gets back. Does that mean Goose is off? Does that mean Dunn's off? Does that mean O'Neal's off? It's going to be interesting to see what they do when we finally get a full strength Sun squad. So, like I said, nothing but positives to take from this game, bro.